Hello everyone, it's Helen and welcome to my final layout for the month of July for Kitaholic Kits. As you can see, I'm starting with the Vicky Bouton crayons and I'm smushing them up on some plastic packaging and mixing them with water and gesso. By doing this, I'm making kind of a paint. It also means that the crayon becomes permanent and it won't reactivate if it gets wet with anything later on. I'm choosing a different blue here to try and get a bit of a darker blue, and I'm just mixing around and making my own background paper. I had started with the photo of Sam when he was quite a bit younger, and it's taken in our backyard swimming pool. So I know I wanted to use the blues to create this bluey water section as my background, and that was all I actually knew when I sat down to start this layout. As you can see, I wanted a bit more of the light blue to balance it out. And then I've pulled out some sprays from previous kits. First the Kaiser Green and the blue shimmers or shimmery dilutions from June's kits, I think. Here you can see I'm using some of my offcuts to do some matting around the photo. And here I'm showing you how sometimes when you don't have a piece big enough, you can join a couple of pieces and no one at the end actually realises it wasn't one piece. Unless you have that really close look, that is. Something I often will do if I'm trying to use up a certain colour or the scraps that I've got left over and I definitely want that colour. Now this frame was out of the chipboard embellishment pack and I really quite liked the grey stripes with it, and often what I do is I do cut them and just use the pieces to add some layers around the photo. I've added a bit of fun foam to give the photo a bit of dimension so it's at that same height as the chipboard frame, and after a bit of careful placing of bits that I've got left over, I need to go out and buy a new sheet actually. I managed to stick it down and then stick down the piece I've cut off on the bottom left hand corner. I quite like that effect, and after I go diving through the embellishments as well, you'll see another one will join the page. I decided I wanted to use this green piece of patterned paper just for a bit of an effect on two sides. Really why I wanted to add the green? Mainly so I could add some green embellishments into it as well. And I've just cut out like an L shape really, and I've used that L shape to line it up to get it to be 12 by 12. I'm hoping it worked out actually. I didn't double check afterwards that I've created a 12 by 12 layout, but I'm pretty sure I have. As you can see, I'm just roughing up the two edges just for some more effect. Created a lot of bits and pieces everywhere. Didn't quite get the edge I wanted with that sanding tool I've got there. I pulled out some scissors as well and I used my fingernails just to give it a bit of texture along those two lines. And then some double-sided tape to stick it down. I nearly put it on the wrong side. But as you can see, by lining up the pieces, I'm pretty sure, these two corners there, I'm pretty sure I've got it straight and 12 by 12. And as you can see, I pulled out a green frame from the thinner embellishments and I've trimmed that as well, and I'm doing the opposite, having that square at the bottom and that little bit of a corner on the top right to balance out the other frame. And then I'm just, well, what you can see here, I went through the two embellishment packs and pulled out all the bits and pieces I thought I could use on this layout. As I said before, I didn't really have an idea where I was going, other than I knew I would use these bits some way, or some of these bits. And I wanted to use these big words as a title, and I had originally thought awesome kid, but then when I pulled out the cool as well, I thought, well, it's in a swimming pool, you are cool. It's that double meaning of the word cool, and so I thought that's going to be my layout. And then I just wanted to add a little bit extra to the edge of the white, so I'm just doing a doodly border with a grey pen. and just a couple of lines, just to add really to add a bit of interest and definition to the white there. And then I come back to add in the title, bit of glue to stick it down, and that little banner that says Mr. Fantastic. And then I pull out the sticker sheets or the stickers to add a word underneath the title. There is a second page to that, and in my mess I cannot find it. Also part of the kit was this thin blue glitter. I think that was this kit anyway, or last month's. And it was on my desk. I think it's this kit. And I just added a few lines just for a bit of interest underneath the photo. Some more word stickers, one of the flares, and then this is the little pack of the exclusive little die cuts that come in every month. And I sorted through them, finding what went, mainly looking for colour or words that would actually fit. And then I get rid of all the leftovers. You can still see there's plenty for another layout. There's still plenty left of these kits, even after creating 4 layouts. So it's definitely value for money. As you can see, I'm going to make another little spot at the top right hand corner. And once again, I've gone on that diagonal. I don't know what it is with me and diagonals lately, but once I start, I seem to create a diagonal of embellishments across my page. But it's working for me, and I suppose if I'm happy, I'll just keep going with it. And as you can see, added in some smaller pieces and some enamel dots, and now some journaling, and that's it. A quick mixed media-y kind of layout to finish off for the month. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to pop on over to the website. See you next time. Bye.